Very good morning, everyone. Uh, in this today's session, we'll be briefing about two important schemes under Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell for the Institutional Innovation Councils. So the impact lecture and mentor-mentee schemes, Mr. Dipan Sahu, Assistant Innovation Director, and who is the National Coordinator of Institutional Innovation Council, will briefly explain about the benefits and what important roles the institutions will play under the mentor, mentee, and impact lecture. I welcome Mr. Dipan Sahu for this session. Over to you, Dipan.
Thank you, Selva, and all the journal in-charges. Those are part of this orientation session. And especially thanks and good mornings to all the IIC Council members from educational institutions. Those are part of this orientation session now, watching us and listening to us about impact lecture and mentor-mentee schemes. Details, and I hope many of you are already part of this mentor-mentee schemes and impact lecture scheme before, because these are not the new schemes. These are we are implementing since last 3 to 4 years, and over the years these schemes have upgraded to a different level, and we have addressed many features, and we have added many new components to meet the local challenges or the institutional challenges experienced at the institute level, uh, to organize various expert talks and uh, sessions delivered by ecosystem enablers. So let me give you a very brief about why these two important schemes are actually relevant to the current context. One is your impact lecture scheme, and another is second is your mentor-mentee scheme. So mentor-mentee scheme is a first of its kind, we will say, in the innovation domain of education institutions, because here over the years, those institutions have developed their competency, developed their strength, and also demonstrated their facilities uh, in building the campus innovation startup ecosystem. Now they are in a position to offer their services and offer their supports extending to the nearby institutions or other institutions to develop their ecosystem. So mentor and mentee institutions are consistent in their performance of innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem and have a streamlined and strengthened ecosystem in their campuses. They will act as a mentor for the other IIC institutions, especially those have joined recently or those have uh, not a streamlined campus, not streamlined ecosystem in their campus, or especially those are non-technical institutions, even technical institutions with lesser capacity. So they will act as a mentee. And one mentor institute and up to 5 such IIC institutions as a mentee institutions will join together. They will form a mentor-mentee cohort. And that mentor-mentee group will interact, and mentor institution will take the responsibility of helping the mentee institutions uh, in streamlining the process, establishing the mechanisms, and also improving the points where that institutions actually is supposed to do. So these are called mentor-mentee, and we are implementing this mentor-mentee scheme since 2022. And so far, two editions, two batches already been over, and in every year we change the mentor institutions list. Mentor institution list is not constant, and the mentor institution list changes with the performance of that institution during that particular academic period. So in 2023 and in 2024 academic year, the mentor list is different, and those only maintain or have consistent in their performance, they only retain in that list. That means if the institute is inconsistent, it is consistent with the performance, that means there is a high chance that they will retain the mentor, because in every year all these institutions go through a process of become the mentor institute. And for this academic year 2025-26, we have, again, the scheme is ready to launch, and already we have announced the scheme guidelines. Now window portal is on, and uh, by 1st of August, uh, mentor institutions have to submit their institute, submit the interest to become a mentor institute. But it's a submission. Only after review we will designate that institute is going to act as a mentor institute or not. And also there is a possibility that there is a funding system that we have some funding provisions to provide funding support to the mentor institute, so that they will provide funding supports to they will provide handholding supports to the mentee institutions. And also there are certain category we have uh, that is for volunteer category. That means mentor institutions, those will not get funding support from AICT or Ministry of Education Innovation Cell. Also there is a category called volunteer category. Also if those institutions are going to offer their support without expecting any financial commitment from or support from AICT, still they can act as a mentor, and they can deliver their role as a mentor, and they can retain the tag of, they can carry the tag of mentor institutions. Similarly, for the impact lecture, first of its kind program, we started again 3 years back, and specially meant for the institutions from rural areas, institutions from non-technical background, institutions from aspirational districts, institutions from Northeast region, institutions from Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, and hilly areas in other parts of the country. So mostly these institutions are the small, these are not the big institutions. They have some locational disadvantages. They have some institutional constraints to organize expert talks, to invite ecosystem enablers to their campus. And they are quite far away from the state level ecosystem. So we have conceptualized, we have designed these impact lecture programs for this kind of institutions. Actually, those are facing disadvantages in their geography, in their institutional blockage, and they are small in nature. They are non-technical, so that they don't know how to start, where to start. So to support this kind of institutions, to start with some level and to give a well connection with the state level ecosystem, we have introduced this impact lecture scheme. And through this scheme, institutions get some financial support to organize impact lectures by inviting successful innovators, successful startups, successful inventors, successful startups, and also mentor agencies, knowledge agencies, ecosystem enablers, incubators, and resource agencies to come to their campus and interact with the student and faculty community and motivate them to do some innovation entrepreneurship activities. And through this process, institute also learn how to mobilize the resources, where to support, what kind of activities need to be organized, and after that, institutes start building their own capacity and driving the campus ecosystem. So these are the two important schemes I'm going to talk in detail. Let me share the presentation with you all, and let me tell you, both impact lecture scheme and mentor-mentee programs is only meant for IIC institutions. So it means only those institutions, those higher education institutions have registered an IIC in the campus, and that IIC is functional in nature, where the Mind Council is already complete and fully formed, and they have some active innovation council. That means institution already started doing some activities, only they are eligible to participate in these two schemes. If your institute is registered but not active, if your institute is have an IIC but Mind Council is not complete, if your activities not yet started, or you have not done anything, that means you will not able to participate in these two schemes. Even you will not able to submit your interest also. So let me take you through the program. So screen is visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So today we have the orientation session on two important schemes, as I mentioned. One is Mentor-Mentee Scheme, another is Impact Lecture Scheme, and this is the third edition we are going to implement for the academic year 2025 and 26. And it is under the Institutions Innovation Council program structure. That means everything, any kind of starting from the interest submission, then to the mapping with the mentor institutions and accepting the mentee request, then conducting activities, reporting the things, everything will be managed through the Institutions Innovation Council login page only. There is no other way, there is no other mechanism of conducting this kind of activities, and everything starting from planning to implementation to reporting, everything will be made through the Institutions Innovation Council login portal only. Okay, so I'm not going to talk much about the Institutions Innovation Council, but I will touch upon just 2-3 lines. Institutions Innovation Council is a framework. It is a one of its kind initiative which actually reforming innovation and entrepreneurship landscape in all type of education institutions. And at present, we have more than 16,000 institutions innovation councils established in higher education institutions spread across all 36 states and union territories in the country. And this institutional innovation council framework provide institutions a directional way and helps in mobilizing resources, connecting the stakeholders, and bringing each and every individual's efforts and contributions in a meaningful way, in a recognized way, in an incentive way, and putting them into achieving the institution's larger goal to become innovative and entrepreneurial, and finally improving the quality of education as laid down in the National Education Policy 2020. That means Institutions Innovation Council is a completely robust IT portal system and inbuilt with lots of innovative features and mechanisms which institutionalize innovation entrepreneurship ecosystem establishment and for the strengthening, streamlining, and building the whole ecosystem and free of cost from the central government of India. Any type of institutions, autonomous, standalone, polytechnic, diploma, and universities, deemed universities, central universities, National Institute of Importance, any kind of institution will be part of this IIC and they can establish. For AICTE approved institutions, it is mandatory for all institutions, those comes under AICTE affiliation, to have a functional institution innovation council. That means having a registered innovation council and a functional innovation council is mandatory for all institutions, those comes under the AICTE umbrella structure. So make IIC functional, leverage the IIC framework, and become the part of the huge network of institutional innovation councils, having an opportunity to collaborate, to share your resources, and also build your quality, build your capability and capacity through innovation ambassador training programs, where faculty members and students will get trained through the self-paced mode training on innovation and entrepreneurship, and get skilled and get certified and improve your career, improve getting to a new domain of innovation entrepreneurship. Similarly, the IICTE Innovation Repository, through which your institute can channelize the ideas, innovation, startups from your students and staff, faculty members, and the incubation units. Connect this pipeline of ideas, innovation, startups, and intellectual properties with your incubation units, if exist in your campus, pre-incubation facilities, IPR and technology transfer cells for further handholding supports. And also you can connect with nearby incubators and investors community and resource community. So there are so many things you can use this, you can leverage, and you can build a very strong and vibrant, well-connected, networked ecosystem of institutional innovation councils. And it is one of its kind, and you will not find anywhere. And this is very cost-effective structure, with a very minimal investment, institute can build and enhance its credibility and brand, and also innovation and entrepreneurship landscape in the region. Already I have mentioned there are many programs we are offering as part of the IIC program. Innovation Ambassador Program for faculty and students, Impact Lecture Sessions, Mentor-Mentee Programs, Yukti Innovation Repository. Also, we have funding schemes called AICTE Productization Fellowship and Yukti Innovation Challenge, through which we provide a 360-degree experiential learning programs to potential innovators and entrepreneurs, ideators, to undertake their innovation journey forward from idea to product development to the startups, with a financial support and incubation linkage support from AICT and Ministry of Education Innovation. Now comes to the Mentor-Mentee scheme. We started in 2023-24 with only 50 mentor institutions were funded, and also we have onboarded more than 150 plus mentor institution as a volunteer role, and so total 205 mentor institution were engaged in 2023-24, and they have provided mentoring supports to 542 IIC institutions and helped in organizing 1828 mentoring activities. And similarly, in 2024-25, sorry, this second edition is 24-25, around 222 mentor institutions engaged, out of which we have increased our funding support from 50 to 100, and another 122 institutions act as a volunteer role for the mentoring, and total 969 IIC institution, mentee institution received handholding support from these mentor institutions, and around 3,889 mentoring activities were organized. And if you will see the outcome of all this Mentor-Mentee scheme, actually it helped a lot in improving the performance of mentee institutions. Mostly the mentee institutions were either in the 0-star rating or less than 1-star rating, and because of this mentoring activities, around 84% of these mentee institutions have improved their performance. And good to say that large chunk of mentee institutions have upgraded to mentor institute, or the eligible to become a mentor institute in the current academic year as per the eligibility criteria. So around 93.6% of mentees improved or maintained their rating, and only 4.2% of mentees have not performed well, in spite of all this kind of supports. And taking this forward, we have plotted this Mentor-Mentee schemes, and along with the Mentor-Mentee schemes, we have brought another program called Impact Lecture Scheme. So in the last 2 editions, we have provided funding supports to 1,100 IIC institutions, especially from this aspirational districts, northeast part of the country, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh region, and also the aspirational districts of the countries, hilly areas, rural areas of the countries. So in the first phase, we have provided 433 out of 800 institutions actively engaged, and more than 1,200, 548 received the engaged in this impact lecture, and more than 82,937 students received participated in this impact lecture. They have motivated, and 866 impact lectures were delivered by the experts. Result of this, 96% of the institutions that participated in the impact lecture schemes improved in the star rating. When I say the star rating, it is the annual star rating of Institutions Innovation Council, where institutions receives the stars out of 5-star, and that indicates the kind of innovation and startup ecosystem exists in the campuses. And that star rating acts as a base for or eligibility for that. In the next academic year, the institute will become a mentor institute or become a mentee institute, or they will get funding supports from the under the different schemes. And also these IIC schemes act as a entry level criteria for many funding schemes of other ministries like DST, DBT, and Ministry of Electronics Telecommunication. Now comes to the guidelines of Mentor-Mentee scheme for the current academic year, that is 25 and 26, the upcoming academic year, sorry. So for the financial year 2025 and 26, the Mentor-Mentee scheme and impact lecture scheme guideline has been improvised and modified based on the addressing the need of the institutions. In 2023, actually, it was kind of a COVID period. So we started with online programs. Then gradually in 2024, we have blended with online and offline programs. Now it is completely offline programs. There is no online concept. That means every activity has to be organized in a physical mode, except one or two components in the mentor-mentee schemes. That is like guidance to the mentee institutions that can be done, that can be delivered through online programs. But major component of the programs, both impact lecture and mentor-mentee scheme, has to be delivered physically and offline mode. So for the financial year 2025 and 26, we are expecting, because we have more than 16,000 IIC institutions, and the last academic in the IIC 6.0, as per the performance, annual star rating performance, we have around 600 IIC institutions. Those have secured 3-star and above. So now these institutions will become a potential role to play as a mentor institute. So we have the funding supports to provide funding support up to 200 institutions as a mentor. The financial we will provide. Another 100 to 200 we will engage as a volunteer role. That means out of 600 best performing IIC institutions we have, as per the eligibility criteria, 200 institutions will be selected as a mentor institute with the funding support from AICTE and Ministry of Education Innovation Cell to provide mentoring supports to mentee institutions. And another 100 to 200 institutions will be also onboarded as a mentor institute as a volunteer role, those wish to contribute as a mentor. But there will be no financial support will be provided from the AICTE side. And those will receive the financial support, they will receive a grant support of 2 lakh rupees per mentor institute to provide mentoring supports to undertaking the prescribed activities as per the guideline up to 5 mentee institutions for the period of next 6 months till March 2026, because this scheme is for a financial year. And the proposed budget is 4 crores to provide funding supports to the mentor institutions to undertaking prescribed mentoring activities. Similarly, for the impact lecture scheme, we have huge number of IIC institutions. Also, we know there are many newly joined IIC institutions have joined, especially 4,000 plus DPA and BCA institutions, and to boost the confidence and to bring them into level playing ground. So these underperforming IIC institutions, newly joined IIC institutions, those are in the rural areas, in the village areas, in the aspirational districts, in the northeast and the Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh region, they are eligible, and they will receive a support of up to 50,000 rupees per mentee institutions to organize 6 impact lectures. And a proposed budget is 5 crore total is going to support to up to 1,000 institutions. And the last date for submitting the consent and nomination coordinator for both the schemes is 1st of August. Let me correct. One institute can't submit both. So those institutions have participated in IIC 6.0 and secured 3-star rating and above. They are eligible to become a mentor. So they have to submit as a mentor. They have to submit the interest as a mentor to become a mentor. My screen is visible.
Yes, now it is visible.
And those will select as a mentee, they will able to manage, they will able to join, they will able to submit their interest for impact lecture scheme. So let me come to the criteria, eligibility criteria. There you will get better clarity. So mentor institution means those IIC institutions have secured 3-star and above during IIC 6.0 calendar year will act as a mentee and they can submit. But this button will only active, that interest submission button will be only so active if that IIC institute during this current academic year, during the current IIC 7.0, it has updated the My Council part. It is a functional My Council, and if it has submitted at least 12 activities, if it has not submitted 12 activities minimum, then also they will be not eligible, they will be not able to submit their interest. That means for next 10 to 15 days, it is going to be a phase for all best performing institutions to submit all activity reports for the current academic year. And whatever the activities you have conducted so far, please upload the reports in the IIC in the IIC portal. And the moment you will cross the 12 activities, then only you will able to see the this interest button or the mentor button active, and you will able to submit. So the 3 eligibility criteria for for best performing institutions, those have secured 3-star and above. First thing is that IIC 6.0 participation is must. If your institute had participated in IIC 6.0 star performing, and if it has secured 3-star rating and above, the first eligibility. Second is the council, My Council part is functional, updated and active at present, and institute IIC must have submitted 12 activities, minimum 12 activities during the current academic year. And once you will submit, we will also review all these points again, and preference will be given to those institute, those have the pre-incubation facility, incubation facility, and IPR and technology transfer facilities, and other performing criteria as set by the committee. So that means if your institute is well performer in all the aspects, definitely your institute will get the chance. This is the mentor institution eligibility criteria. Then we will also open the portal will also accept the applications interest from the mentee institutions. So that means those institutions have secured 2.5 star or less during the IIC 6.0 star rating. Also, those have joined recently, even though they have not participated in previous year, but they have joined the current year, they are also eligible. BBA, BCA, non-technical institutions are also eligible. Institutions from rural areas, village areas, northeast region, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, and aspirant districts also eligible. But the basic criteria is the My Council must be active. Your My Council is should be complete at the time of submission of the interest, and at least you have organized at least one quarterly council meeting. But preference will be given to those institutions, those have submitted at least 3 activity reports in next 15-20 days. If institution has organized any activities in the last 6 to 7 months on innovation entrepreneurship, please submit so that you will get the preference, because we are going to give the funding to the seriously, that those institutions are actually serious and committed. So your activity reports will show the seriousness of your institute, that you are going to utilize this scheme in a better way or not. So mentee institution also will get an opportunity to organize the impact lecture and to receive the funding support under the impact lecture. So here the one funding support will go to the mentor institutions, and also there are volunteer mentors will come, but mentee institution will not get direct funding support from us, because the fund supported to the mentor institution, they will channelize, they will utilize that fund on the mentee institutions. But mentee institution also can get the fund through impact lecture. The mentee institutions are eligible to receive the impact lecture. Mentor institution will not eligible to get the impact lecture funding, because impact lecture is meant for the mentee institution. That means mentee institution is the double advantage. Mentee institutions will get funding, get support from the mentor institutions, because the fund will go to the mentor institution, will be utilized for the mentee institution. Also, mentee institution eligible to apply for impact lecture, where they will get funding support up to 50,000 rupees to organize 6 impact lecture, what they can claim as a self-driven activity or the some other category, and they will that their performance will be improved. But to receive impact lecture, to submit the impact lecture, 2.5 star is okay. In the previous year or newly joined IIC institution, again the mind council must be active, and 3 activities must. If you have not submitted 3 activities, you can only play the role of mentee, but you will not able to get the impact lecture. That means those are interested to receive the impact lecture funding also as a mentee, then you must have submit at least 3 activity reports till today for the current academic year of 2024-25. I hope I'm very much clear. The communication is went clear and loud to all our institutions, that eligibility criteria. Mentor institutions, those have performed 3-star and above in the academic year 2023-24 for IIC 6.0, but having a My Council functional, active, and minimum 12 activities reports submitted in the IIC portal, and must have the facilities of incubation, pre-incubation, IPATT cell. Funding support milega unko. They will get a funding support of 2 lakhs rupees to provide handholding supports to up to 5 mentee institutions. That means they will use that money for conducting the mentoring activities. That means ultimately mentee institutions will get benefit. So how the institution will get benefit? They have to submit their interest as a mentee institution, who those have secured 2.5 star and below, and those have joined recently, and those are from all these criteria. But my council is must active. If you will not have a my council active, you will not able to submit as a mentee institute, submit the interest for mentee institute. But if you have submitted 3 activities, you will get preference to become a mentee institute, because we have 15,000 institutions. Maybe you will receive 3,000 to 4,000 institutions interest. So if you have not submitted 3 activity reports, maybe will be less chance, or there is some, you will lose some chance to become a mentee institute. You will not get that funding, that support from the mentor institutions. But if you have submitted 3 activity reports, also another opportunity opened up for you, that is to apply for impact lecture. That is, you can get, you will, there is a high chance you will get 50,000 rupees to organize 6 impact lecture delivered by the experts physically in your campus, and it is only, impact lecture is only for the mentee institutions to apply, not for the mentor institutions. Coming to the how we are going to do it. So first of all, you must have an IIC and login ID and active portal, and you have to log in. And your My Council must active. That means your IIC president, IIC convener, all the coordinators must be onboarded. And the meeting, council meeting must have organized. If you have these 3 things fulfilled, then you will see a button called handholding and capacity building, capacity development in your left side panel. So you have to click it. Then you will find Mentor-Mentee Scheme, impact lecture scheme. So you have to click the, so those are mentor, they will go to the Mentor-Mentee Scheme. Those are for the impact lecture, they will go to impact lecture scheme. And mentee institution, so that means mentor and mentee institution will go to the mentor-mentee scheme. So in the mentor-mentee scheme, institute will submit their interest as a mentor or as a mentee. Either one, they can't be the both. And impact lecture scheme is only eligible for the mentee. That means those have selected as a mentee in the mentor-mentee scheme, they have to go to the impact lecture scheme. If they have completed 3 activities submission in their activity in the IIC activity report, then they can submit their interest for impact lecture scheme. So this is all about the programs, and we have already circulated the guidelines and completely step-by-step guideline for both the impact lecture and mentor-mentee programs over email and over WhatsApp. And our zonal in charges are already in touch with you all. So they are going to organize question and answer session. They will in zone wise, and they will guide you in how to complete this interest submission activity. And we are expecting by 1st of August, if we will get the good number of applications, and then you will start reviewing, so that by end of August you all will get onboarded into this innovation as in these 2 schemes. And also all these onboarded impact lecture and the mentor-mentee schemes, mentor-mentee institutions will get an opportunity to showcase your institutions achievements in the IIC regional meet we are going to organize in the month of August. We are going to organize 26 IIC regional meets across the country, and all these nominated institutions for impact lecture and mentor-mentee schemes will get specially entry and will get the special attention. And also you all will get focused training programs you all will receive during the IIC regional meet in different tracks, and so that you all will able to perform better. And when in the month of September, when our IIC 8.0 will start academic for the new academic year 25 to 26, so by the time you all have the completely system in place to initiate to start your mentor-mentee programs or impact lecture programs for next 6 months till March 2026. And our zonal in charges, IIC zonal in charges, Mr. Selvarani, Mr. Abhishek Ranjan, Mr. Subrat Sahu, and Mr. Jerry Joshi, Miss Happy, and Miss Monica, and Mr. Aman. So these are our IIC zonal in charges. They are looking after the different zones, and they will help you in guiding, and they will conduct 2-3 question and answer session for your zone. Please participate. Please attentively listen again to again, and then help the institutions to achieve the target. So we have 1,000 institutions to provide funding support under impact lecture. We have 200 mentor institution will receive the funding support to provide funding support, to provide mentoring supports to around 1,000 plus mentee institutions. That means all mentee institutions have the potential to receive the impact lecture if they will fulfill the eligibility criteria. So we are going to bring around 3,000 plus institutions together, and through this partnership, inter-institutional partnership mechanism, the whole ecosystem is going to revibrant again to again. So that is the through which we are going to re-strengthen the whole ecosystem, the campus ecosystem, a connected startup ecosystem in the education institutions. Be it a technical or non-technical, doesn't matter. It is only matters your commitment, your passion, and how you're going to drive it. We have the mechanisms, we have the support system. You have to contribute. That's all, and then drive it. Then you all are free to drive it decentrally at your location. This is the what we are envisioning. This is the what we are seeing, that education institution has the potential to drive and lead the Indian innovation ecosystem. I hope message is clear and focused, and next is to action is to act on it. So we are expecting a target, an achievement, and a reciprocal response from all of your side, with a proactive involvement through which we will conquer, we will make the 3rd edition again bright, successful, and impactful. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepan, for the brief introduction about both the schemes. And thank you all the IIC institutions for joining today. And I hope the eligibility criteria and what benefits you will get out of these 2 schemes are very clear. And as Dipen said, we'll be conducting a Q&A sessions from the next week for the same for Impact Lecture and Mentor-Mentee. So please be in touch with all the zonal in charges. Thank you once again for joining. Thank you. With this, we are concluding this meeting. Thank you.